Have you ever paused in the rush of your daily life to ask yourself, am I truly living or am I just existing? In our fast-paced modern world, we're continuously swept up in a relentless current of tasks, deadlines, and worries about the future. We carry burdens from the past, regrets and missed opportunities, and fears about tomorrow, rarely allowing ourselves the precious luxury of simply being present, right here, right now. Let me ask you another question. The last time you enjoyed a warm cup of tea, did you truly taste it, savoring every sip, feeling the warmth flow through your body? Or was your mind elsewhere, lost in endless thoughts? The truth is, many of us spend our lives trapped in this invisible cycle. We chase after happiness as though it's somewhere ahead, somewhere out there, in a distant future. We cling to memories of the past as if reliving them could somehow change the present. Yet, the Buddha reminds us gently, the past is gone. The future is not yet here. Only this moment is real. And in this moment, everything is perfect, just as it is. This profound teaching points directly to the heart of mindfulness, what we call living fully in the present. Mindfulness isn't just some trendy buzzword or a passing fad. It is an ancient wisdom, a powerful art, and a gentle practice that transforms ordinary life into something deeply extraordinary. When practiced correctly, mindfulness becomes the very foundation of peace, joy, and true fulfillment. To be mindful means to experience life vividly and deeply, with absolute clarity and awareness. It means fully embracing every moment, exactly as it unfolds, without judgment or distraction. Think again about the simplicity of drinking tea. Imagine waking up early in the morning, when the world around you is still wrapped in peaceful silence. You hold a warm cup of tea in your hands, feeling the soothing heat spreading through your fingers. You notice the steam gently rising, swirling gracefully into the air. With each sip, you're present, fully aware of every sensation. You taste the gentle bitterness, followed by subtle sweetness. You feel the warmth fill you, awakening your senses. In that mindful moment, the entire universe is held within a single cup of tea. You are not rushing forward, nor clinging to the past. You simply are. That is mindfulness in action. Why is this so powerful? Because mindfulness frees us from the burdens of distraction and anxiety. Modern life can feel like a whirlwind, constantly pulling us away from what truly matters. Our minds race, and our hearts become unsettled. The Buddha described this restless mind as a monkey jumping from branch to branch, always seeking distraction, rarely finding peace. But mindfulness offers a solution. It anchors us to the present moment, allowing us to experience life as it truly is, rich and vibrant, filled with endless possibilities. Mindfulness has the power to transform ordinary moments into profound spiritual experiences. It turns the mundane into the sacred. Every action, drinking tea, walking, breathing, becomes a meditation, a chance to connect deeply with ourselves and the world around us. The Buddha taught us that true happiness doesn't lie in chasing external pleasures or accumulating endless possessions, but in learning to see clearly, to be present, and to cherish each moment fully. Today, as we embark on this journey together, I want you to understand that mindfulness isn't complicated. It doesn't require you to isolate yourself or abandon your responsibilities. Instead, it asks for something much simpler, yet profoundly transformative: your sincere presence. When you truly embrace mindfulness, your relationships blossom, your creativity expands, and your joy becomes authentic and lasting. The present moment becomes a sanctuary, a place where stress and anxiety cannot enter, where only peace and clarity reside. Throughout this session, we will explore mindfulness through the beautiful and humble metaphor of a cup of tea. We'll dive deep into a captivating story that illustrates how living fully in the present can illuminate our lives with profound joy and insight. We will also unpack practical ways to integrate mindfulness into everyday actions, empowering you to reclaim your life moment by moment, breath by breath. As you listen today, I invite you to keep your mind and heart open. Allow yourself to experience the power of mindfulness, not just intellectually, but viscerally, emotionally, and spiritually. Imagine the countless possibilities that await you when each moment is cherished, not rushed past. When each action, each breath, each sip of tea becomes an expression of joy, peace, and presence. The Buddha once beautifully said, "The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn the past, not to worry about the future, but to live fully in the present moment." Let these wise words guide you today and every day as you embrace this incredible journey towards mindfulness and a more fulfilling life. Remember, life happens here and now, right in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment. Today, let's choose to live fully, deeply, and mindfully, starting with something as simple and profound as drinking a warm, mindful cup of tea. It was a tranquil, misty morning deep in the mountains, where the air was filled with the gentle whispers of trees and the distant singing of birds greeting the dawn. A humble meditation monastery rested serenely in the heart of this peaceful wilderness. The monastery was known for its profound teachings of mindfulness and the simple yet powerful wisdom passed down through generations. On this particular morning, inside a modest meditation room, adorned with little more than a bamboo mat, a low table, and the soft glow of morning sunlight, a young student knelt anxiously, waiting to speak to his revered master. The young disciple carried in his heart a heavy burden of worries, stresses, and anxieties. Life, for him, had become a relentless race, filled with pressures from family expectations, societal demands, and his own overwhelming uncertainties about the future. He felt trapped by these burdens, unable to experience true peace, and desperate to find guidance that would restore calmness and joy to his turbulent mind. With profound reverence, the student bowed his head low and softly spoke to his teacher. "Master, how can I find tranquility and happiness amid the endless pressures and anxieties of my daily life?" Instead of immediately answering, the master smiled gently and reached for a beautifully crafted teapot resting beside him. With deliberate slowness, the master began to prepare tea. Every movement he made was graceful, precise, and profoundly calm. His gestures mirrored the serene ambiance around them. The student, curious and somewhat puzzled, silently observed his master's actions, wondering what wisdom might unfold through this simple ritual. Steam rose gracefully from the freshly poured tea, swirling gently into the air, carrying the subtle fragrance of green tea leaves that filled the quiet room with a soothing aroma. With the same patient care, the master poured tea into two delicate cups, each filled nearly to the brim, and then gently pushed one cup towards the young student. With kindness in his voice, the master simply said, "Please, drink your tea." The young disciple hesitated for just a moment, confusion briefly flickering in his eyes. Yet trusting his master, he lifted the cup hastily and took a hurried sip, eager for the wisdom he was certain would follow. The master, observing his student's hurriedness, slowly shook his head, the gentle smile never leaving his face. In his soft voice, he calmly said, "My dear student, what you did just now was not truly drinking tea." The student was momentarily stunned. "Master?" he asked, somewhat bewildered. "Then what does it truly mean to drink tea?" The master's eyes shone warmly, filled with compassionate understanding, as he gently instructed, "Now, close your eyes, take a deep, calming breath, and drink the tea as though you have never tasted it before, as if this is the very first cup of tea in your entire life." The student paused, absorbing the words deeply. He closed his eyes and drew in a long, soothing breath. Slowly, he raised the cup to his lips, allowing himself to truly sense its warmth against his fingertips. Carefully, deliberately, he took a tiny sip, letting the warm tea gently flow into his mouth. In that instant, something extraordinary happened. The young student's awareness awakened vividly, becoming fully immersed in the delicate sensations unfolding within him. He noticed the subtle sweetness and gentle bitterness of the tea, its warmth permeating his body. He became conscious of every nuance, the aroma, the texture, even the comforting weight of the cup resting in his hands. For the first time, he truly tasted the tea, savoring its intricate flavors. His mind, usually so restless and crowded, became completely absorbed in the present moment, leaving no room for anxiety or worry. All the tension and weight of his daily struggles melted away, replaced by a profound, liberating sense of tranquility and peace. Opening his eyes, a serene smile spread across the student's face. He looked at his master, an unspoken understanding passing between them. The master nodded approvingly, his voice quiet, yet deeply resonant. "Now you understand, my dear student. When you drink tea, when you do anything, with complete awareness and presence, you experience life in its fullest beauty. This is mindfulness. It is not something complicated or distant. It is simply being fully present in whatever you do." The young disciple's heart filled with gratitude, realizing that this seemingly ordinary experience of drinking tea had taught him more profoundly than countless hours of intellectual discussion. The simplicity of this lesson carried immense power. Mindfulness was found not in complex rituals, nor in theoretical knowledge alone, but within each precious, simple moment. In that moment, the student understood that mindfulness meant letting go of distractions, setting aside regrets of the past and anxieties about the future, and embracing the present wholeheartedly. The tea ceremony had become his moment of awakening, revealing that every simple action, every daily task, could become an opportunity for deep peace and clarity if approached with mindful presence. This profound yet simple wisdom illuminated his heart. He recognized that mindfulness wasn't an abstract spiritual concept. It was practical, attainable, and life-changing. Each moment held infinite possibilities, waiting only for him to slow down, pay attention, and truly experience it. As the morning sunlight gently illuminated the meditation room, the master and the student sat quietly, sharing tea in a peaceful silence, fully present and deeply connected. The student knew he had received a gift of immeasurable value, not just the wisdom to calm his anxious mind, but the keys to transform his entire way of living. This simple yet profound story, born from a single mindful sip of tea, offers all of us a powerful reminder. True happiness is found not in endlessly chasing goals or desires, but in slowing down enough to fully appreciate the miracle of the present moment. The teachings of mindfulness guide us toward a richer, more joyful existence, where even the most ordinary act, such as drinking a cup of tea, can become deeply meaningful, peaceful, and profoundly transformative. Just as the student discovered that morning, when we fully embrace mindfulness, we begin to truly live, not merely exist. Every sip of tea becomes a meditation, every breath an act of gratitude, and every moment an opportunity to experience genuine peace and lasting happiness. In the midst of our modern lives, filled with endless obligations, distractions, and pressures, it's remarkably easy to fall into a perpetual state of stress and anxiety. We may find ourselves physically present, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, yet our minds are miles away, lost in unfinished tasks at work, caught up in regrets over past mistakes, or consumed by vague anxieties about the uncertain future. How many moments do we miss because our minds are constantly wandering away from where we actually are? This pervasive distraction, as taught in Buddhist philosophy, is one of the root causes of human suffering. In Buddhism, suffering arises not merely from external circumstances, but primarily from how we relate to these circumstances. It is our tendency to become entangled in mental patterns, regrets about the past, worries about the future, that prevents us from experiencing peace and true happiness in the present moment. According to the Buddha, real joy and fulfillment can only be found when we cultivate mindful awareness, or what he called sati. Mindfulness is simply the clear, non-judgmental, moment-by-moment awareness of what's happening within us and around us right now. Consider again the metaphor of drinking tea. When we drink tea mindlessly, lost in thought or anxiety, we barely notice its flavor, warmth, or the simple joy it can bring. We miss the beauty of the experience because we are not truly there. In contrast, when we drink tea mindfully, fully immersed in each sip, feeling every subtle nuance, its delicate aroma, its comforting warmth, the gentle interplay of bitterness and sweetness, we experience profound peace and joy. This is not a trivial or superficial act. Rather, it's a profound meditation that reconnects us to life itself. Scientific research in psychology and neuroscience increasingly supports this ancient Buddhist wisdom. Contemporary studies have repeatedly demonstrated that regular mindfulness practice significantly reduces stress and anxiety. When we train ourselves to remain fully present, even for short periods, we activate and strengthen specific areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation, attention, and well-being. Mindfulness meditation has been shown to lower cortisol, the stress hormone, thus improving our physical and emotional health. People who consistently practice mindfulness report enhanced memory, improved concentration, heightened creativity, and a greater overall sense of contentment and happiness. Yet, it's crucial to clarify a common misconception. Mindfulness is not about rejecting thoughts, emotions, or responsibilities, nor does it require us to live at an artificially slow pace or withdraw from ordinary life. Mindfulness is, rather, the intentional act of being deeply present and fully engaged with each moment as it unfolds. It's about cultivating an attentive, compassionate awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment or resistance. When you live mindfully, you actively participate in each moment, whether you're working, walking, enjoying a meal, or spending precious time with loved ones. Consider how differently we might approach a stressful situation at work when we are mindful. Rather than being overwhelmed by anxiety or distracted by worries, mindfulness empowers us to respond calmly and effectively. By simply noticing our breath, feeling our feet firmly planted on the ground, and paying attention to what's happening right now, we transform a potentially stressful experience into an opportunity for clarity and growth. Buddhist teachings emphasize that suffering arises because our minds habitually wander, clinging to past regrets or projecting fears into the future. The Buddha famously illustrated this in the parable of the two arrows. The first arrow represents unavoidable pain, while the second arrow, the one we shoot at ourselves, is the suffering we create through resistance, avoidance, or obsessive rumination. Mindfulness helps us to stop shooting this second arrow. By staying fully present, we prevent unnecessary suffering, experiencing pain as it is, temporary, impermanent, and manageable. Moreover, mindfulness cultivates gratitude and appreciation for life's simple pleasures. When your attention is anchored in the present, everyday moments suddenly become extraordinary. The warm glow of sunlight filtering through your window, the comforting taste of tea, or the smile on a loved one's face, all become vividly alive and deeply meaningful. Life ceases to be a relentless chase after distant goals or fleeting pleasures, and instead becomes a continual source of wonder and fulfillment. However, the practice of mindfulness requires gentle yet persistent effort. Our minds are accustomed to distraction, constantly seeking stimulation and novelty. Therefore, mindfulness practice is much like training a muscle. It strengthens through regular use. Short, frequent practices, such as mindful breathing, mindful walking, or drinking tea mindfully, gradually build our capacity to stay focused and present. Over time, these mindful moments become more effortless, integrating naturally into our daily routines and transforming our lives profoundly. In the Zen tradition, mindfulness is famously captured by the teaching, when walking, walk, when eating, eat, when drinking tea, just drink tea. This advice, seemingly simple, carries tremendous wisdom. Too often we complicate our lives by overthinking or multitasking, believing that productivity and happiness are found in endless activity and constant stimulation. Yet Buddhism reminds us that genuine joy and peace arise from simplicity, intentionality, and clear attention. In essence, mindfulness restores the depth and richness of human experience. It enables us to break free from habitual patterns of worry and distraction, reclaiming the immediacy and vividness of the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, we reconnect with our authentic selves, our surroundings, and those we care about most deeply. We realize that true happiness does not come from striving endlessly for future goals or accumulating possessions, but from being fully present and grateful for each moment as it is. Let's reflect once more on the tea drinking experience. The cup of tea becomes a profound metaphor for life itself. If we drink it absent-mindedly, distracted and lost, we miss its flavor and warmth, just as we miss the richness of our lives when we fail to be present. But when we drink mindfully, paying full attention to every sensation, every moment is treasured and meaningful. Life, like tea, is meant to be experienced deeply, savoring each sip, each breath, each encounter with full awareness. Today, as you continue your journey toward mindfulness, I invite you to embrace this profound yet accessible wisdom. Learn from the simplicity of the tea ceremony, the serenity of mindful breathing, and the calmness of a present-centered life. Allow mindfulness to transform your everyday experiences, guiding you from distraction and stress to clarity, peace, and profound joy. In doing so, you not only cultivate inner happiness, but also enhance your ability to connect authentically with others, face challenges with calm confidence, and live with greater meaning and purpose. As the Buddha taught, happiness is always available here and now, in this breath, in this moment, in this simple yet extraordinary act of drinking tea mindfully. Having explored deeply the philosophy and power of mindfulness, you might now ask yourself, how can I actually apply these profound teachings in my daily life? Fortunately, mindfulness isn't complicated or abstract. It's practical, accessible, and easily integrated into your daily routine. By adopting simple yet powerful practices consistently, you can train yourself to experience each moment fully, cultivating deep inner peace, clarity, and joy. Today, I will introduce several straightforward mindfulness exercises designed for everyday life, beginning with the simplest yet profoundly transformative practice, mindful tea drinking. Mindful tea drinking exercise. Each day, set aside at least 5 to 10 minutes dedicated entirely to the mindful enjoyment of tea. To begin, find a quiet and comfortable space, free from distractions such as your phone, TV, or computer. Prepare your tea slowly, intentionally, and lovingly. Select your favorite tea leaves or a calming herbal blend. As you heat the water, notice the gentle sounds, the rising steam, and the subtle fragrance filling the air. Allow each action in preparing your tea to become an act of mindfulness carried out with presence and appreciation. Once your tea is ready, sit quietly and take a moment to become fully present. Hold your cup gently in your hands, noticing its warmth spreading through your fingers and palms. Feel the texture of the cup, observe the color of the tea, and take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the calming aroma. As you take your first mindful sip, allow yourself to fully experience the tea's warmth as it touches your lips, spreads through your mouth, and moves down your throat. Notice every subtle flavor, every nuance, every sensation. Remain fully engaged with each sip, bringing gentle attention back if your mind begins to wander. If thoughts arise, simply acknowledge them kindly, and then gently return your focus to your tea. This exercise may seem simple, yet it profoundly enhances your ability to stay present. Over time, your daily tea drinking ritual will become an oasis of calm amidst life's chaos, offering moments of quiet reflection and deep peace that nourish your spirit. Mindful walking exercise. Another practical and enriching mindfulness practice is mindful walking. Each day, dedicate at least 10 minutes to walk quietly, ideally in nature or any calm space you have available, but even indoors will suffice. The key is not where you walk, but how. Begin by standing still for a moment, allowing yourself to feel fully grounded. Feel the soles of your feet firmly in contact with the earth beneath you. Then slowly begin walking, focusing your attention deliberately on each step. Notice every detail, the shifting of your weight, the sensation of your heel making contact with the ground, the gradual rolling forward of your foot, and the gentle liftoff as you take your next step. As you walk, synchronize your breath with your steps. You might gently repeat internally, inhale, I am present. Exhale, I am calm, aligning each phrase with your breathing and movement. This rhythmic synchronization deepens your awareness and helps anchor you firmly in the present. Mindful walking can significantly reduce stress, calm your mind, and improve your emotional well-being. Even a short daily practice can bring clarity and tranquility, reminding you that peace is always available in the simple act of walking attentively and mindfully. Mindfulness bell practice. Another powerful yet simple mindfulness technique is known as the mindfulness bell practice. This involves using a gentle bell, chime, or even a phone reminder to signal brief moments throughout your day to pause, breathe deeply, and return to the present. You might set your phone or a watch to softly ring every hour or at regular intervals of your choosing. When you hear this gentle reminder, stop whatever you're doing for just one brief moment. Close your eyes if possible and bring your full attention to your breathing. Inhale slowly and deeply, feeling your breath enter and fill your lungs. Then exhale gently, releasing tension or stress with each breath. You might silently affirm, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. This practice gently interrupts the habitual momentum of stress and distraction, helping you reset and realign your mind with the present moment. Regular use of the mindfulness bell gradually conditions your mind to become naturally more aware, calm, and centered throughout your day. Integrating mindfulness into everyday activities. Beyond specific exercises, mindfulness can and should become an integral part of everyday life. Whether washing dishes, preparing a meal, conversing with a friend, or performing work-related tasks, each activity can be an opportunity to practice mindfulness. For instance, when washing dishes, instead of allowing your mind to wander or rush through the task, focus fully on each sensation. The warmth of the water, the feel of soap bubbles against your fingers, the gentle rhythm of scrubbing and rinsing. Allow yourself to become fully absorbed in the activity, transforming an otherwise mundane task into a peaceful and calming experience. Likewise, when engaging in conversations with others, practice mindful listening. Give your full, undivided attention to the person speaking, observing not just their words, but also their tone, emotions, and body language. This deep listening fosters empathy, strengthens relationships, and brings genuine connection and joy into your interactions. Cultivating consistency and patience. It's essential to recognize that mindfulness is not a one-time solution, but rather a lifelong practice. Like any valuable skill, mindfulness requires consistency, patience, and gentle perseverance. Do not be discouraged if your mind frequently wanders. That's entirely natural. Simply notice the distraction kindly and gently bring your attention back to your chosen focus. By dedicating yourself to these simple daily practices, mindful tea drinking, mindful walking, mindfulness bell exercises, and integrating mindfulness into routine activities, you gradually develop a powerful habit of awareness. Over time, mindfulness becomes second nature, shaping your perspective, enhancing your clarity, and enriching every aspect of your life. The profound simplicity of mindfulness practice lies in its accessibility. You don't need specialized tools, expensive retreats, or complicated rituals. You only need your attention, openness, and willingness to slow down, breathe, and truly experience each moment. Even short, regular periods of mindfulness practice can significantly improve your mental clarity, emotional resilience, and overall happiness. Final thoughts on daily mindfulness. Remember, mindfulness is fundamentally about cultivating deep appreciation and awareness of life's everyday moments. It teaches us to treasure even the most ordinary experiences, recognizing their inherent beauty and profound meaning. Just as the young student discovered mindfulness in the humble act of drinking tea, you too can find profound joy, tranquility, and fulfillment through these simple yet powerful practices. Start today. Commit to at least one mindful practice, whether tea drinking, walking, or regular pauses with your mindfulness bell. Notice how these small moments of intentionality begin to transform your daily experience, bringing greater peace, clarity, and genuine happiness. By consistently practicing mindfulness, you take deliberate steps toward a more centered, peaceful, and fulfilling life. In doing so, you honor each present moment as precious and meaningful, truly embodying the powerful wisdom of the Buddha, that happiness and peace are always found right here, right now, within the simple and mindful engagement with life itself. Through our simple yet profound story of mindful tea drinking, we've explored together the beautiful and transformative power of mindfulness. Like the young student learning from his wise master, you too have discovered that mindfulness isn't complicated or elusive. It's an art that lies within every breath, every step, every sip of tea. Mindfulness is a gentle invitation, urging us to pause, slow down, and truly experience each precious moment life offers. Every day, we're presented with countless opportunities to practice this essential skill. Whether enjoying a cup of tea, walking quietly along a serene path, or simply taking a deep breath between tasks, mindfulness enriches each experience. It transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary revelations, offering clarity, joy, and inner peace amid the constant rush of daily life. As you embrace these mindful practices, remember that mindfulness is not a destination to reach, but a beautiful journey to savor. Each step you take toward greater awareness, no matter how small, strengthens your ability to live fully and authentically. With practice, mindfulness naturally blossoms, guiding you gently from distraction to deep, joyful presence. So now, I invite you to take these insights and practices into your own life. Starting today, allow yourself the gift of being fully present, truly tasting your tea, fully feeling each breath, and deeply experiencing the richness of every moment. Let mindfulness become your companion, guiding you toward greater clarity, compassion, and lasting happiness. If this message has resonated with you, if you felt inspired by this simple yet powerful lesson in mindfulness, I warmly encourage you to share your journey. Please click the like button if this content touched your heart, and consider subscribing to our channel so we can continue exploring meaningful and inspiring lessons together. Most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and share your own experiences with mindfulness. Perhaps you've discovered your own mindful rituals, encountered challenges, or experienced breakthroughs in your practice. Your stories inspire not only me, but countless others on this journey toward greater awareness and peace. By sharing your experiences, you become part of a mindful community, nurturing growth and encouraging one another toward a life of deeper purpose and presence. Together, we can support each other in cultivating lives filled with greater peace, gratitude, and profound joy. Finally, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for dedicating your valuable time and attention to this message today. Your presence here, fully engaged in this moment, is itself a beautiful act of mindfulness. May you continue to walk the path of awareness, embracing each moment as an opportunity for awakening. As you move forward, remember this gentle yet powerful truth. True happiness and peace exist right here, in this very moment. With mindfulness, every breath, every sip of tea, every interaction becomes sacred and meaningful. Wishing you continued mindfulness, profound peace, and boundless joy on your life's journey. Thank you again for joining me today. Namaste